how to avoid regretting your biggest purchase. In this video, I'll uncover some of the most common regrets new homeowners face. And most importantly, what you can do to avoid these pitfalls and end up with a home you truly love. Stick around and I'll share some tips and real life stories to help you make a regret-free purchase. Let's get into it. Now make sure you understand the total cost of home ownership. And this is where a great team comes in place, meaning having an experienced real estate agent, attorney, title company, and lender. Between this team, you should fully understand the total cost from property taxes, HOA fees, unexpected repairs, maintenance, special assessments. For example, when I first bought one of my first homes I purchased, I bought into an HOA. So it had a small HOA fee. Well, what I didn't realize, I was very young, maybe naive, that there could be special assessments. I wasn't even sure what a special assessment was. This was way long time ago, before I even got into real estate. And what it was is a hurricane came through like they do in Florida and took out some trees and a fence in the common area of the subdivision I lived in. And all of a sudden everyone had to pony up a bunch of money to fix the damage. I was completely caught off guard. I didn't have much of a saving. I don't know if anyone could have ever told me about that, but those are some of the things that can come up unexpected. And then if you have HOA fees rising, property insurance, taxes rising all the time, it could really price you out of the home rather quickly. So understanding the total cost of the home and knowing there could be additional cost along the way is something I really want you to understand. Okay, another one is make sure you don't rush your decisions. Take the time and make sure you know what city, the location, the amenities, is there lack of amenities? How far is it from work if you're still working? Do you have kids or plan on having kids? Are there any playgrounds nearby? Or is there a lot of elderly people who are going to constantly be complaining about your kids doing something that they don't like? I've had people contact me and they're literally wanting to tour like northeast of Florida. I'm like, no, this is a big financial decision. Please take the time, at least narrow it down to the city you want. Don't be going in like a 50-mile radius. You need to know what's important to you. This is a big decision. Narrow down the city and also spend the time of non-negotiables. A lot of times people do pick that like absolutely positively have to have a pool, and we end up in a townhome where you're not even allowed to have a pool. So really think through everything. That's fine because maybe the other things, made more sense to you at the time. But don't rush into this. Take some time and really decide where you want to live and some of the other things you like, and is going to be a huge payoff in the long run. And you will be so happy in the long run that you did not rush this major decision. Another one that a lot of new home buyers have regrets is buying a home that's too big or too small. I've talked to homeowners that bought a home with cozy to find out they feel like they're living in a sardine can, or too big and they feel like there's always this empty space in their home. You've heard them. They're like, we don't know what to do with this area. This house is too big. Or worse yet, what they'll do is they block off the AC vents to try and save a few pennies on electricity to like some bedrooms or some rooms they're not really using. No, don't do that, especially in a state like Florida. What happens is mold starts growing in those rooms, and the few cents you're saving on electricity by shutting the vents off in those rooms, you're killing it. You're going to spend a fortune getting that mold out. So just really think about the size of the home. Here's another one. Don't ignore red flags. If during the home inspection things come up, make sure you address them, investigate them, or get out of the deal. If it doesn't feel right or the answers aren't what you're wanting to hear, no matter what the agent or the lender say, get out. Because sometimes they don't have your best interest in mind, even though they should. And if you keep seeing red flags with your agent or your lender, get new ones. Just get out. It's not worth it. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to someone and they said they regretted buying a house from a particular agent or lender because this or this happened. And they should have listened to their gut. They should have listened to the red flags. They should have got out. Now, if you are waiving the inspection, maybe you're like, I'm going to self-insure, or I've just, it's a newer home, I don't want it. Maybe still get like the 4-point, because if you're not self-insuring, you are going to get insurance. A 4-point is something your insurance company's going to ask for, and you really don't want to wait to the last minute to have that done, because then it can delay the closing and everything. So if nothing else, get the 4-point. Those are the 4 major points that's that important to the insurance company. They should at least be that important to you. So don't ignore any red flags. Another big one is choosing the wrong mortgage, having balloon payments or long-term when you really want it short-term, or just over the length of the mortgage, you end up having a lot of problems. Maybe you start at a low adjustable rate mortgage and then it balloons later when you're retired on a fixed income, and now you're struggling to make your payments. Plus property taxes and insurance have gone up throughout the years as well, and now you're really stuck. Actually, I did a video on all about mortgages and what to ask your lender. Go ahead and check it out. Make sure you choose the right mortgage. And just because the lender said, hey, go ahead, let's do this adjustable rate mortgage, I think it's good for you. Ask them why. Ask them, say, why do you feel this adjustable rate mortgage is the best for me? What are some other options? As I mentioned in the other video I did, maybe even ask other lenders or brokers what they suggest would be the best for your situation, and fully understand how that works. There's so many out there. You definitely don't want to have regrets ending up with the wrong mortgage. You definitely do not want to have regrets ending up picking the wrong mortgage. When you purchase your home, make sure you keep resale in mind. When you make your money on a home is when you buy it, not when you sell it. And you may be saying, oh, no. This is my forever home. I'm never going to move. Well, I can't count how many times I've heard that. I said it myself. I even completely renovated a home, putting the best top dollar things into the place to only end up selling it because it did not turn out to be my forever home. Life has a different path for you sometimes. So always make sure the resale value will benefit you, meaning, is it in good school area? Is it in a good area? Is it close to shopping? Or if it's country, maybe out in the country, that's the type of lifestyle. What do people that like to live in the country have access to? Farm stuff and horses and whatnot. Just make sure when you go to resell it, it's going to be an easy sale. It doesn't have some funky tile in the bathrooms, or the paints can be replaced, or some weird architecture, or it's been added on a million times. These are things people don't like, and it just makes it super hard to resell later. I've had many people regret the amount of renovation work needed. I can't count how many times people have bought. They're like, I'm a fixer-upper. Let me get a fixer-upper. It's not bad. Well, oftentimes you buy these fixer-uppers at a supposedly discounted price, and you end up, the work is 3 times longer, and the labor and the parts and material, because you start cracking open walls and you're finding mysterious things behind the walls that you didn't factor into it. So if you're not an experienced house flipper, or that's not your main thing, I'd really advise you to stay away from it, or really research it, or plan on spending 3 times more than you think it's going to cost. Many buyers may not realize what a commitment it is once you get locked into that mortgage, once you purchase that home. Sometimes things happen, things change, and it might not be that easy to get out of it, especially depending on the market at the time, or just whatever's going on in the world at the time. If there's anything I can ever do to help you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Till next time.